Wonderful afternoon to all of you. Let me see. Looks like my camera is not working. Not sure why, but okay. Let me see who do we have on our audience. By the way, before we move forward, before I start introducing our speaker for today for our October national webinar, let me invite you to our National Quality Forum, the 33rd National Quality Forum that will be happening next week. So that will be from October 20 to 21. We've invited great speakers for you, especially the one and only our one of the keynote speakers would be Dr. Noriaki Kano, one of the global phenomenon, right? One of the known quality gurus in the world. So he will be with us next week live. All right, my camera is still not working. I don't know what happened. It was working earlier, but most likely later on it will work. Let me take a look at our participants for today. I can see a lot more participants are logging in. I can see right here. I can see Michael Panerio. I can see Zia. They're saying good afternoon. Yeah, great afternoon from wherever you are in the globe. Michael Angelo also here. All right. I believe everyone is all excited with the topic that we've chosen for this specific month. Most likely, you've heard about the concept of the total productive maintenance or TPM. Maybe a lot of people have heard about it, but a lot of people knew a little about it. So that's the reason that's the topic that we chose for this month. So without further ado, let me introduce with you the speaker for our October webinar. He is a licensed electronics engineer. He has been in the industry implementing total productive maintenance or TPM for over 25 years now. He is currently connected with Ampleon Philippines Incorporated as the TPM Senior Manager. Previously, he worked with Amcor Technology Philippines and Toshiba Information Equipment Philippines Incorporated. And in his stint in the multinational companies, he promotes TPM as a proactive approach to achieve world class organization, driving towards zero breakdown, zero defect, zero accident, and zero waste or loss. Our speaker was also part of the Semiconductor Electronics Industry of the Philippines Incorporated, or SAP, Associations of Quality and Productivity Council, AQ and PC, as one of its officers from 2002 to 2005, and AQ and PC Convention as chairman from 2003 to 2004. Another one is from Semiconductor Electronics Trading Council, SETC, as vice chairman for networking in 2016. Our speaker was also a passionate engineering lecturer at the ICCT colleges in Cainta, Rizal. He's been serving as one of the assessors of the Philippine Quality Award since 2014 and as a member of the Philippine Society for Quality. Our speaker also serves as the Club Growth Director for the Toastmasters International District 75 Division K Area 1 and immediate past president for Amplion Nexperia Toastmasters Club. He also leads the Youth, Music, and Media or YMM servants in Cainta since 1995. Let me introduce let me introduce with you or to you the speaker for our October webinar who will be talking about the fundamentals of the total productive maintenance is no other than Dr. Romeo or Romy Posada.
Hi everyone. A totally happy and productive weekend, everyone. Thank you, PSQ, for letting me spend time with all of you online audiences. To my Philippine Quality Champion and happy 25th anniversary to my PQA family. I would like to shout out to all of you from my heart that I really appreciate you joining me here. This is my first time. And yeah, those watching this webinar, since this will be recorded also, I would like to say hi and hello to my friends, mentor, colleague, and in my great place to work, Ampleon Philippines. to my previous work in Toshiba, Hitachi Global Storage in Laguna and CIP, and Amcor. Sorry, I did not invite you here since you heard a lot of TPM from me already. To my Toastmaster family, TM Ray, my evaluator, and to my YMM family in Cainta Rizal. And of course, I never forget my family, relative, and to my dear beautiful wife, Myla, and to my smart and gentle son, Yael. Indeed, I hope that sharing my TPM experience will inspire you and hope to learn from you also as well. God bless us all and always remember, I love you all. Okay, let me start my introduction. This is a fundamental of total productive maintenance. There you go. So basically, we are here together in this webinar to find solutions to current challenges and let us come together to understand how TPM offers solutions and hope that I can share fundamentals as well that would help you find solutions. What are those challenges? Like, for example, low quality products and services, workplace unsafe, dirty, and untidy, badly designed, outmodeled, and many bottleneck processes, lack and or complicated production procedures, high operational costs, lack of growth potentials, workforce, lack of skill, training, coordination, accountability, and responsibility of people, lack of innovation, new ideas, and change management, and also huge losses, high setup, breakdown, defect, adjustment, reduced speed, yield, and productivity, and high numbers of component parts that fail. I hope you can relate to the challenges I have mentioned. Those are just some challenges. And let me tell you straightforward that 90% of those challenges, the solutions lies to the knowledge, skill, and attitude we develop in our people. They are the key to the current challenges. Let me tell you what is TPM is all about. In this 1 hour seminar, I would like you to understand that TPM is actually employee involvement and empowerment. Also, it is also known as autonomous maintenance, where users take time to clean, inspect, and carry out basic maintenance on their equipment. Continuous improvement of manufacturing process and also building quality into equipment maintenance, company-wide strategy for equipment process improvement, and a team-based effort, plan improvement methodology, and also a lean tool to optimize the effectiveness of manufacturing equipment for a more productive, effective, and efficient organization. So, what is the TPM principle that we should understand? Anyway, what else that we know about TPM? Yeah, TPM started in equipment maintenance, but that has evolved now. TPM also applied in all functions like production, development, supply chain, HR, etc., etc. I will just summarize the TPM principles or approaches to you, but please be reminded that TPM is not a program; it is a journey, a long-term solution. But once you have TPM in your people, it will be your competitive advantage. Improvements will never stop. It will come naturally in your organizations. Some of the TPM principle that you must understand is that it start with 5S, the visual factory. Like, for example, provide training to upgrade operations and maintenance skills, involve everyone in utilizing cross-functional teamwork, use overall equipment effectiveness or the OEE as a compass for your success, complete eliminations of the losses, the 16 big losses in TPM, while striving for a goal of zero unscheduled downtime. Reduce life cycle costs and Later on, I will give the fundamentals of principle of TPM, but those were the very important principle that we have to understand. For the goals of TPM, so these TPM principles aims to promote motivations, forming a culture of proactiveness and teamwork, to continuously sustain good working and favorably succeed in all the challenges. It is worth to emphasize that goals of TPM definitely are: first, bring together people from all department concerned. There will be no walls, no silos with equipment owners and the production people and the admin and support people. Second, empower and increase job satisfaction. Third, encourage input from all employees. Fourth goal is to obtain support and cooperation from top manager and to all levels. Fifth is maintaining equipment for life and increase production quality. Sixth is use teams for continuous improvement. And the last, build a comprehensive plant maintenance system based on autonomous small group activities. The evolution of TPM, basing on the Industry 4.0 timeline, begins with Nippon Denso. It can be traced back in 1951. However, the concept of preventive maintenance was taken from USA. Nippon Denso was the first company to introduce plant-wide preventive maintenance in 1960. Nippon Denso, which already followed preventive maintenance, also added autonomous maintenance done by the production operators. Preventive maintenance, along with maintenance preventions and maintainability improvements, gave birth to productive maintenance by the Nippon Denso, have made quality circle involving the employees' participation. Thus, all employees took part in implementing productive maintenance. I say you hear a lot of maintenance in those words. Later on, we will understand what really is maintenance mean and how can we apply that. In Nippon Denso, it was launched as a total member participation in 1969, and they received the PM Award for 1971, promoted and spread by JIPM. So as you can see as of now, here, anyway, so as you can see, the evolutions of TPM nowadays, there is award-giving bodies who recognizes the success result of implementing TPM in their companies. So there is a pilot phase where preliminary study, pilot, defect reduction, set up reductions, breakdown reduction, shop floor reduction, speed reduction, and loss removing. I, I I just would like to emphasize that these are in level one. As you can see, in the level one, I cannot avoid it here. So you can see that TPM level one is building a strong factory environment, and then later on, the TPM level two is establishing an ability to respond effectively in the arena of business competition. So at to level 3 or phase 3, JIPM will recognize according to your achievement, which is first the TPM Excellence Award, then the TPM Continuous Award, the TPM Special Award, and the Continuously Excellent Award, and finally the TPM World Class Manufacturing Award. I will not go into detail of this award, but just you would know that there is a body in Japan, JAPM is the award-giving body for the TPM. So let's have a participation right now. I prepare a pre-test to align our fundamental understanding. It is answerable by yes or no. Let us deal with the TPM fundamentals. Okay. I invite you to chat in the chat box your answer. It is a simple yes or no. And Dr. Ray, could you help me at least estimate how many answered yes and how many answered no?
Absolutely, Romy. Well, I can definitely help you on that. Okay, let's go ahead.
Thank you. So let's get going. The question is TPM a problem solving methodology? Yes or no?
All right, so let's type in our answer in the chat box. If you're in LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook, just type in there. Is TPM a problem solving methodology? Is it a yes or is it a no? All right, so our participants are still typing in. I can see some of our participants who were able to share their answers already. Romy, most of them are saying yes. Maybe let's give them a couple of seconds so that they can. Um, it can be tricky. Maybe that other people would be looking at the question as a
Okay,
bit
understand. But that is
tricky.
the very fundamental that we need to understand.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why this is a very good session, Romy. It's because a lot of people would know like TPM is only for machines or equipment, but let's see. I can see in here like 90% of our participants, Romy, are saying yes, and then only like a 10% are saying no.
Yeah, okay. So the answer is no. So please don't be angry with me right now. So let me explain why it is no. So we all understand that there is a reactive organization, and the reactive organization mostly addresses problems. They are not productive because they are spending lots of time. They are busy meeting to investigate problem sources. People are not sensitive to abnormalities. They are the reactive organization. And this is not a TPM organization. TPM organization is a proactive organization wherein problem will automatically eliminate because problem comes from abnormalities. So the people, as I said earlier, 90% depends on our people. If our people find and correct abnormalities and ensure no recurrence of abnormality by analysis tools, then our organization will have zero or minimal problems. It is the culture of total productivity. We will understand the seven types of abnormalities and the 16 big losses in TPM. So how can TPM help? As you can see the arrow, there is TPM 8 pillars. This pillar are the vehicles towards a proactive culture. So this is very important that we will understand in TPM that there is 8 pillars. And what is that 8 pillars? Let me show you. So the TPM 8 pillars basically mostly TPM is a corporate or company driven journey of quality. So we have a structure, the TPM leader and is the president, and all the management team are sponsors. And then we have a TPM promotion office, and everyone has a pillars. The we have 8 pillars: the autonomous maintenance, the plant maintenance, the focus improvement, the admin and support, the quality maintenance, the early equipment, training and education, environmental and health. So I may not give the details of this or even give you example, but usually in TPM companies share their best practices, and their best practices will bring them to uh, best in class organization. So, but I would like to emphasize here. One pillar here is the autonomous maintenance. This pillar develops operators to take care of small maintenance tasks, resulting to a skilled maintenance team to concentrate on value added. Those technical repairs, the operators are responsible to keep equipment to prevent it from deterioration. So very important is to detect early the deterioration in the equipment, because the deterioration becomes abnormality in the future, and the abnormality will become problem. In autonomous maintenance, we have 7 steps. First is the initial cleaning, and then They will list all the abnormalities they found and they will correct, and they will put countermeasure to those recurring abnormalities, do YY analysis, and prepare a standard. When we say standard, it is a written document that they will follow. And then in step 4, they will make a general inspection list, and then autonomous inspection, a standard, and so on. Then we have the plant maintenance. The plant maintenance aims toward trouble-free machines and equipment, produce defect-free from product defect, and a total customer satisfaction. In plant maintenance, there are 4 categories. First is the breakdown maintenance, and then preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, and maintenance prevention. This is a very good application to those manufacturing company, and they can check on the JIPM or the site where TPM is discussing this plant maintenance. Basically, the benefits is achieve and sustain availability of machine, the optimum maintenance cost, reduce spare parts inventory, improve reliability and maintainability of equipment. Another pillar is the focus improvement. Focus improvement resolve all the defects, resolve all the losses in the organization. Basically, this pillar form a small group activity, cross-functional team activity, and use methodologies such as PDCA, Six Sigma, and any other problem-solving methodology, the zero loss methodology, and others. The admin and support aims toward to improve productivity of the admin and support, the efficiency in the administrative functions, and identify and eliminate losses, analyze process, and produce procedure towards increased office automation. The benefits of Office TPM or the admin and support are as follows: inventory reduction, lead time reduction, critical process, equalizing the workload, retrieval time reduction, or reduce repetitive tasks, better utilization work area, and reduction in administrative costs. The quality maintenance, this pillar aimed toward customer delight through highest quality, defect-free manufacturing, eliminate non-conformance in the systematic manner, reactive to proactive like quality control to quality assurance. The benefit of this pillar is a defect preconditions and control of equipment. Activity to control quality assurance, focus of prevention of defect at source, focus on Pokayoke or the foolproof system in line with defect detection and segregation of defect. Effective implementations of operator quality assurance and achieve and sustain customer complaint. The other pillar is the early equipment maintenance or what we also call as initial flow control. This pillar basically collect is a collection and utilizations of feedback information regarding present product before the start of the design or like maintenance prevention sheet. Measuring needs of for easy manufacturing by analyzing process for present products. Measuring needs for easy of manufacturing by analyzing process of new product in the stage of planning and designs of product. By identifying failures possibilities based on designs review of new products, and also by identifying failures possibilities based on trail manufacturing and test of new product. And this will benefit to reduce lead time of new product launching, the reduce the losses, and cost effective. For the training and education, this pillar aims towards the developing of multi-skilled employees whose morale is high and who are eager to come to work and perform all required functions effectively and independently. Employees will be trained to address the problem by finding the root cause and eliminating them. The goal is to create a factory full of experts with competency in the respective core. The benefits of training education pillar is they will achieve and sustain zero losses due to lack of knowledge, skill, and technique. Remove fatigue and make work more enjoyable, upgrading the operating and maintenance skill. And the last pillar is the environmental health and safety. This pillar aims towards creating safe workplace and safe work practices. This pillar stay or uh, this pillar plays vital role with other pillars on regular basis. The benefits of this pillar is zero accident, zero fires, zero health damages, safe working conditions, safe work practices. All these pillars have step-by-step activities that would let you achieve the target for each pillar. Okay, so let's again, I request your engagement here. So that was too long verbatim. But now we would like to understand. I'll give you a questions answerable by yes or no. Are abnormalities and problems just the same?
All
Doctor,
right.
can you
So
hear me again?
absolutely, absolutely, Doc Romy. Let me invite again our participants to answer the question. It's a yes no question. Are abnormalities and problem just the same? Another interesting question. Let me check our participants. They're still typing their answers. Some of our participants are viewing from other parts of the globe.
Really?
So you can type in right here in your chat box if it's a yes or if it's a no. The question is, are abnormalities and problem just the same? Give it a couple of seconds, Tokromi, for the rest of the participants to share their answers. But what I can see at this point is that like 100% of our participants are a couple of seconds. Okay, so I'm seeing that, and only like around 5% are saying yes.
Okay, that's good. So the answer is no. They are not the same. See, remember Ishikawa diagram or the fishbone diagram? The head represent the effect or the problems. This is the head of the fish, and the causes are the abnormalities. These are the bones of the fish. So definitely the head is not the same with the fish bone. Why did I ask this question? Because when we conduct YY analysis, some some conduct the some conduct their YY starting with the problem. So very important is to we consider all the abnormalities and we choose the vital cues and do the YY analysis in its abnormalities, leading to elimination of problems. Anyway, let me go back here. There is a very important foundation of TPM, the 5S. Yeah, 5S and the teamwork through small group activities. Doc Ray, I would like to ask another questions. You may type in the chat box the answers. What's on your mind? This time, this is yes. This is not yes or no question. It is. What do you do when you hear the word 5S? What do you do when you hear you do the 5S? So would please type in your chat in the chat box your answer. when you heard do 5S, what comes into your mind, or what do you do? So maybe we can just read aloud those answers, Doc Ray. Doc Ray, are you in mute, or we cannot hear you?
Oh, this one, Romy, can you hear me?
Yes, now we hear you.
You can hear me now, Romy.
Yes, we can hear you. Did you
Oh,
get the question and my
yeah,
request to read the question, the answers in the chat box?
absolutely. Sure, sure. So our participants are still typing in their answers. Some already started typing in their answers or their experiences when it comes to 5S. So the question is, so when you hear the word 5S, what do you usually do?
Right.
Um, I can see right here, like say for instance from let me see. From Rice, he mentioned housekeeping. From Elgina, he mentioned housekeeping. From Carlo, it's waste reduction. From Leah, it's processes to ensure productivity. From Carlo again, and optimization of efficiency. From Marie, organizing. And then from Salve, good housekeeping and workplace organization. And then from Frederick, creating a more organized and productive uh, workplace or workspace. And then from Suzette, sorting. So those are the key inputs that we got coming from our participants from the globe, Romy.
Thank you, Tim, and thank you, Doc Ray. 5S is the foundation of TPM, and the 5S comes from Japan, and we know Japan is basically the world class. Especially during my time, I know they have the best in quality product, manufacturing, reliability, and the world asked Japan, Japan, what are you doing? Why are you so good in quality, reliability? You know the answers of Japan. Basically, the answer is we do 5S. And then here we comes. Most of the organization, the manufacturing do 5S. They implement 5S. And when I have a chance to go to Japan, I ask them what really is 5S. Yes, they have a clean street, a housekeeping, etc. But understanding Japanese people, they perceive and they know that 5S is not housekeeping. It is discipline. So Japan becomes number one in the world not because of housekeeping, not because of a workplace organization. They become number one in the world because they are disciplined people. And I would like a follow-up question. Where where does discipline comes from? Just to emphasize, because this 5S is discipline, and all of this pillar need a disciplined people so that we can achieve a true TPM culture. So kindly type in your answer. Where do you think discipline comes from? The PIP-S in the 5S.
All right. So the question is, you can type in again your answers to the comment section, to the chat box. Where does discipline come from?
I'm excited to see their answer.
It's an interesting question, Romy.
Yeah.
Because from the
And
word itself, discipline. Discipline usually is hard.
that's why some define PIP-S as sustain, because when you sustain something, you have discipline, right? But
Yes.
where does discipline comes from?
Where is it coming from? Where discipline is coming from? So some of our participants are saying that it's coming from oneself. Discipline is self-imposed. Another one is from yourself. Maybe we can give like a couple more seconds,
Yeah,
Doc Romy, to hear it from our participants.
no problem. That is very important to understand.
Totally. Another participant mentioned it's coming from ourselves. Another one, it's culture. All right. So looks like that's only it in terms of the inputs
Yeah.
for, I mean, other participants are still thinking about, what their perspectives are with that question. Where is it really coming from?
Yeah. 5S is the foundation of TPM. And in Japan, they are usually logical and they started at the end. Like when they do 5S, they think of discipline. They do not start sorting repeatedly, but they do it discipline. So discipline in the fifth S comes from the fourth S. A very simple answer. What is the fourth S? And that defines what you will do in the discipline in the fifth S. In the fourth S is standard. So when we say standard, basically in Japan, we just get easy terms like they understand standard is something that is written that you have to follow, and everything that you need to do in the workplace and in when you say you do it housekeeping. Okay, uh, 5S housekeeping is maybe right if you have procedure to follow what and how you do your housekeeping. So basically, port as a standard. If you follow the standard, you are a disciplined person, or you are disciplined people. So when we say self-discipline, so we have different values, behavior. So in TPM, the foundation is 5S, and the another foundation is the teamwork. In this case, we need to work together, agree on a procedure, and write the procedure. Everybody sign it, and that will become the standard. And if that standard will be followed, then you are a 5S organization. That's that's why you will hear 5S in quality. When you have a procedure, you have following it, that is a 5S. 5S in engineering, 5S in whatever that is written. When we are still during our elementary time, we have a proper sitting, proper standing. When you follow that, you are a disciplined person. But if you do not follow that, you know who you are. You need to be disciplined. You need to follow the standard. Okay. So moving forward, yeah. So this is the I prepared this during our school days, Doc Ray. This is my dissertation. When we say problem, these are the gap or vein in productivity, quality, cost, delivery, safety, and morale. And the abnormality that brings these problems are the following based on the book of uh, from a Japanese, based on the book of Japanese. I have the book here. So Suzuki, unsafe condition, quality defect sources, contamination sources, unfulfilled basic condition, etc. And all all abnormalities comes from deterioration, and deterioration is a natural thing. It may be natural nga, and then the solution is system. Another deterioration is the accelerated deterioration. The solution is pokayoke or detection. Let me move in. Does Kaizen means continuous improvement? So maybe I will answer this myself. When I met Japanese people, so I asked, what is Kaizen? So they said, Kaizen, Kai is change. Zen is good or better. So for them, they understand Kai as change, and the change is not naturally not going good. It is the deterioration they are talking about. They said that Kai is like this, and then you have to do something, an effort to bring it to the best condition. So just like this presentation, I got here from anonymous slide. So as you can see, the Japanese people do kaizen every day because every day we encounter deterioration in our machine, in the people. So we need to do something to restore back our good condition. And we are fun to call also kaizen as continuous improvement. I can say that kaizen in this sense, in this perspective, is gain. So when you increase from the baseline, you change and you improve further. But basically, in Japan, they see kaizen as bringing back to original condition those uh, those parts of machine, those those that things that deteriorates. Okay, so let's go back to the overview of the TPM. So TPM actually began way back 1940s. We have machines already during that time, and there's no technician during that time. So when the machine broke, the operator fixed the machine without standard guide. So we call this emergency repair. There's no maintenance yet. When we say maintenance, maintenance is we already write a procedure to address that specific trouble. And in 1950s, we started the breakdown maintenance. The Japanese found out that some breakdown repeat itself. So they create a breakdown maintenance wherein people need to repair. They create a standard how to do the repair. Okay, and then basically the MTTR measures the MTTR, mean time to repair. And in 1950s, Japanese visit US and they see that US is doing the preventive maintenance, wherein the component, they defined a standard lifetime for each component and replace it based on the time condition or the MTBF. They also installed they also installing new machine, relocating approved with machine setup standard. Then the corrective maintenance is a high level maintenance wherein the PM with periodic schedule will will be improved through less from, for example, from machine that components frequently fails, the engineers will conduct a weak component analysis, and that is to improve the materials and to modify it from a frequency replacement of monthly. It can be quarterly, or better, it can be yearly. But definitely, they need to replace. And then the maintenance prevention comes in 1960s, where machine maintenance activities without stopping the production. As you can see, when you do PM in the production line, production people are not happy because you will stop the machine in one shift or one day. So in maintenance prevention, we eliminate those uh, waste time by doing an engineering system design that improve or minimize the conduct of doing the maintenance activity but still in good condition. Like for example, the maintenance free battery, the refrigerator, the no pros refrigerator. So you eliminate those frequency of cleaning it. And then the productive maintenance come in where the operators now do the autonomous maintenance that I explained earlier in the autonomous maintenance pillar. And then the TPM now is the peoples are competent. The the equipment are now capable, resulting in capacity up, and we measure this by OEE. And the machine is always in good condition. This is now called the proactive TPM, the non-stopping machine. So as you can see, that these are the available maintenance that you can do in your equipment. So our vision to make a TPM culture is to have a this maintenance customized in your organization. Like when you do preventive maintenance and breakdown maintenance, you improve the operability of the equipment. And then when you do the maintenance prevention and the corrective maintenance, you are strengthening the reliability of the equipment. And when you have the predictive maintenance, including the operators sensitive in finding the abnormalities, the autonomous maintenance, you strengthen the maintainability and user friendly of your equipment. Okay, just to conclude, total is the participation of all employees, including suppliers and customer, overall efficiency. Basically, synergize the total sum of the organization's part. And you become productive when you achieve the 4Z, or zero operations, breakdown, accident, defect, waste, and loss. And the maintenance not specifically mean maintenance people, it is longer life cycle or sustaining your best practices, maintaining your good health, maintaining the good equipment, maintaining the success of the organization. Thus, TPM is not only a maintenance equipment department activity, but a total standardized approach founded by a proactive people journeying as a team to eliminate the operations losses, the 4Z, and optimizing productivity through effective and efficient organization and promoting maintenance of continuous improvement for growth and profitability. So these are the loss structure. I will not discuss this anymore. And as you can see, there is equipment loss, human loss, and losses obstructing efficiency of the production or per unit cost. I got this from one of the slide, anonymous slide. So you can use this to make a policy, TPM policy, where to focus your improvement and what is your what will be your vision and the use of TPM. And lastly, TPM changes the traditional way of towards care. Like for example, the operator, before they will use the equipment when it's break, the technician will fix it. But now in TPM, they will operate it efficiently with care. And technician before, they are only repairing. They will fix when it's down. But in TPM, they will maintain it running and prevent it from breaking down. For the engineers, they will design purchase a machine that no need for many maintenance schedule, so that the machine will be used most of the time. And the supervisor manager now involved, before they solve the problem on their own, but in TPM they have cross-functional team, small group activity, and they support the problem from occurring and optimizing the system. And the factory image before, no TPM is cluttered, dangerous, demanding. But with TPM you have disciplined people. They are now clean, safe, and enriching many learnings from our organization. That's it. Thank you very much, and I hope you learn from my simple discussion about my experience in TPM. Doc Ray, back to you. And thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc Romy. So we definitely learn a lot in terms of the fundamentals of TPM. And I can only think like a person like who's done like a lot of TPM work for the past couple of decade. You're just really focusing on TPM. That's why the only person when I thought of the person associated or related to TPM is that's Romy. Okay, so we are now inviting our participants to type in your questions right here in your comment section and in your chat box. Some of our participants are logging in from LinkedIn, some are logging in from YouTube, some are logging in from Facebook environment. So please feel free to type in right there your questions to our speaker, Doc Romy. Maybe let me kickstart the Q&A, Doc Romy. I'm curious in terms of what are the usual challenges when you implement initially or the first time that you implement TPM,
The buy-in,
and how
the
do you
buy-in of the
usually?
organs. Actually, when TPM is we benchmark TPM in Japan, and
Mm-hmm.
basically these are logical, and we can customize it. However,
Mm,
the management team need to understand it, and
mm,
they have to buy in, because the people will just follow them. If they said we will do TPM, then everybody will do TPM. If they do TPM and Later part, they become not that decisive about implementing TPM, then the TPM will also die. It
All
dies the
right.
natural.
I right. I can see right here. Yay! Thank you so much, Doc May, for joining us in our webinar for October. Our Doc Romy, our one of our gurus in quality, Doc May. Well, the question is, what is the best starting point for TPM?
For me, the best starting point for TPM is a clear communication, clear objective, and the people will understand why they are doing this TPM, why they need to be trained, and then why they need to change. I hope Doc May answer your question.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Romy. So maybe we can wait maybe one or two more questions coming from our participants. Please feel free to type in your questions in the chat box.
If
I
there's
can
no
see right
question, Doc Ray, meaning they understood it very well.
here. All right. One of the that is why they also live the longest. Or I believe this participant is talking about like the Japanese people. Okay. Uh, there's a question right here coming from Carlo. Do we need CMMS or not an application of TPM?
Yeah. When you say CMS, this is the computarizations or the data data gathering from our equipment. Yes, we need that.
Yeah,
Actually, in one pillar, the plant maintenance, CMMS is actually required. And what that is, when I say required, that would benefit the organization when they know what's happening to their equipment. It's definitely yes.
it's a yes. So CMMS and for the is it the computerized maintenance and management system? Yeah. So it's a yes. The answer is it. I am curious as well, Doc Robbie, in terms of is it also applicable? I mean, for the TPM, is it applicable for the MSMEs? If they have, like, say, for instance, like a small manufacturing firm, that's also applicable, right?
Yeah. I have one question about machine. I just removed it
Mm-hmm.
due to time constraint. When we say machine or equipment, it started with our definition machine. Anything that has screws, that has wheel, that has lever pulley, basically table, chairs are machines. So we need to take care of those simple equipment or simple machine to that so that we will ensure we will not waste or the loss when we buy it again. So we will take care of those machine. And in terms of in SME, we know that they need most of the problem with SME, as we know, is the discipline of the people. So TPM is a
Mm,
very good uh, the very good strategy because it is step by step, and it will they will not be rushed because step one is just identifying abnormality, for example, and then they will
mm.
be assessed, they will be certified, and then step to another activity, they will be assessed and they will be certified.
That's good. Definitely, to SMEs or MSMEs can definitely use TPM. Maybe last question coming from our participants. Doc Romy, from Sir Fred. Any recommended books or website for those who are starting TPM?
Yeah,
Thank you, Dr. Romy.
I love the book from Taiichi Ono, The Toyota Production System. There is a collection of many activities that can be applied to your organization.
The TPS, the Toyota Production System
Yeah,
by Taichi Ono. All
Taiichi Ono.
right. Is it also part of the Toyota way? Maybe
Yes.
there's a book for Toyota. Yeah. Okay. I believe that's it. That wraps up our webinar for October. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And at this juncture, let me present with you Doc Romy. By the way, before I present with you the certificate, I want to give our participants like a couple of seconds to evaluate how we did our session for this month, for this webinar, so that we can send them a copy of their certificate for October. Please scan the QR code that you can see right here on the screen. We're going to give you a couple of seconds to evaluate our session for today. There's also a link that you can see right here. If you're logging in from the YouTube environment, you will be seeing like a link right there. All right. And let me present with you the Romy, the certificate that we prepared for you. Let me read the citation. The Philippine Society for Quality Certificate of Appreciation. The certificate is given to Dr. Romeo Posada for imparting valuable insights and inspiration to the participants during the PSQ's October 2022 national webinar with the topic Toll Productive Maintenance, or TPM, the fundamentals, on October 15, 2022, signed by yours truly. So thank you so much, Doc Romy,
Thank
for
you.
sharing your knowledge and your expertise when
Yes.
it
And I
comes
have
to this
one
topic.
more advice and tips
One
for the
more
people.
advice, please go ahead.
If you would like to implement TPM, always put and remember this: love your people, and always say that you take care of them also. That's all, Doc Ray. And thank you, everyone. This we're
Wow,
done.
that's actually
This is
it.
the first time.
Absolutely. That's a very nice closing, actually, Romy, the one that you mentioned, that we have to take care of our people. And I believe that's a new way of looking at TPM, with care.
Yeah, not only the
Oh,
equipment.
not only equipment, not only the machines, but it really goes beyond that when we talk about TPM. All right. So thank you so much, Doc Romy, for being with us. And see you soon in our different types of engagement from PSQ perspective. Thank you so much. And at this juncture, let me present with you, by the way, who we are as an organization. PSQ, we started sometime in 1969. And Doc May right here is one of those leaders who were able to definitely build who PSQ is today. So be with us from PSQ perspective. And our vision is we will be the leading network that inspires and shapes quality and organizational excellence leaders. In our mission is we are a network of agile, innovative, and trusted partner of choice who create value and drive advancement in quality and organizational excellence. We've invited speakers from around the globe and organizations that we collaborated with. You can see in here, these are only some of those ones that we collaborated. And these are some of the trainings that we offer from PSQ perspective. So stay tuned with all of the updates from the social media environment, or you can get in touch with our secretariat. We always provide updates in terms of the new trainings, conferences, and different types of awards that we do. And we also invite our participants, especially our the corporate members and even the non-corporate members, definitely. This one is, if you want to embrace performance excellence, global standard, global template for performance excellence, definitely Philippine Quality Award would be one of the best templates that you can definitely use for your organization. So get in touch with us or with our partner with DTI. And then just recently for this year, we launched the PSQ Technical Hubs. We have 5 different types of hubs that wherein you can be part of. If you're a member of PSQ, then you can be part of the Lean Six Sigma Hub, the Quality Management Hub, the Kaizen Hub, the Innovation and Digital Thinking Hub, the Educators Network. So pretty much we think of the different projects that we can do, different types of initiatives that can help the Philippines to become more competitive. And we invite you to be with us on the 33rd National Quality Forum. That's happening next week, October 2021. So be with us. And I'll be inviting Doc May to that specific conference by next week. And that's it for our national webinar for this month. Thank you so much for joining us. Please stay safe and thank you. And I know that it's our day, and thank you so much for um, spending some time with us and learning some fundamentals when it comes to the coal productive maintenance. So with that, I'm gonna be saying thank you so much and take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great day.